Stop talking about coffee, Cheetos, and chicken.
Video game movies have always been hailed as some of the greatest creations in all of cinematic history. Their abilities to not only exemplify what made their source material so great, but to also create an engaging and thrilling experience just shows how much diligence goes into crafting one of these masterpieces. But in my humblest opinion, all of these films are shit dick when compared to the actual greatest video game movie ever, Slender Man, based off of the popular indie title Stop It Slender 2 for Roblox.com. I don't know. Here's just me making fun of this movie. They say the first 60 seconds of a movie are the most important part, as it has the ability to show off its overall tone, the pacing, the character dynamics, I don't fucking know, something else. So to compensate for this, Slender Man hits us with one of the greatest exchanges of dialogue ever.
Bless you. You know, did you know that pilgrims used to think sneezing meant you were expelling demons? Oh boy, that's why I never sneeze. I want to keep them all. It's my soul. Your soul. If I had one.
Okay, who the actual shit says that? So, fast forward through all this unimportant shit, and finally we reach this film's call to action. This aspect is also very integral, as it essentially gives everything a purpose and introduces the characters to either their quest or an opposing force.
I do know what their secret is.
Oh yeah? Do tell.
So, they're getting together tonight at Tom's house in his garage to summon Slender Man.
What I love about this scene in particular is that while Slender Man himself is yet to make an appearance, his haunting nature and ghostly aura can already be exemplified through the use of shitty MS Paint pictures. One of the oldest rules of cinema is, it's not about what you see, it's about what you don't see. And just by observing those caricatures, I can confirm that I'm getting a tad startled.
We actually don't. Actually.
Progressing into this next scene, I want to use the economics theory known as opportunity cost to further prove the direness of this situation. For those unaware, opportunity cost refers to the loss of potential gain from other alternatives when one is chosen. And the reason I bring this up is because of how this theory inadvertently affects our characters here. See, they all thought it was a good idea to summon Slender Man because they were bored. But what they didn't realize was that after he was released from the Shadow Realm, he'd cause a red-haired girl to disappear. So while they were entertained, it came at the cost of that one. Oh, hold on, my phone's going off. Hi, Dad. But it's not all bad, because later that night, her father decides to use his own opportunity cost system by breaking and entering, a black hair girl's house to confront her about it. And while this plan goes swimmingly, she pulls her trump card and summons Chris Hansen to conveniently arrest him in the nick of time.
Did you guys really try and summon Slender Man?
Why?
We chickened out.
Now that the conflict has continued to escalate, our heroes begin to display signs of desperation. So to combat this, the trio discover that they're not the only ones with a Slendy situation, as they observe some very real sightings and encounters from other people as well. Oh jeez, I don't like the look of this. Oh, look, there he is. Uh-oh. Things are getting kind of spooky. This is interesting. Yes. Oh, look, there he is. Oh, either that guy. Here is a great example of how the film portrays Ren's thought process, this is Ren by the way, and her unique way of analyzing the whatever the fuck is going on here. So after having a very engaging and thought-provoking conversation with her Minecraft boyfriend,
you type the dumbest shit, you think you're so brave, dude, go to the fucking McDonald's and ask for more ketchup packets.
She learns that they can contact Slendy by giving up shit that they like.
Alley Cat said we can unveil ourselves. Okay, if we just surrender something to him that has personal meaning, something that we truly love.
Selflessness is a trait every great protagonist should have. It displays their willingness to put others before themselves and just makes them fun to root for. And that is no different here with our gals, as they decide to destroy all their shit just to make the big dog show up.
I brought this.
Alright, this is taking forever. I'm just gonna speed this up real quick. Yeah, there we go. Moments of weakness are only made interesting by how one responds to them. Typically, when someone clowns themselves, they'll just post a long apology on twitter.com. But in the case of Chloe, that's Chloe by the way, she responds in an act of fear by taking off her blindfold for a reason beyond my comprehension. And after a leisurely stroll through the forest, she comes face to face with the very thing we've been anticipating this whole time. Oh, there he is. Here he is. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Oh my god, I just want to pinch his little cheeks. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh my God, Chloe! Chloe! Jesus, Chloe, you scared us to death. Where did you go?
I lost my shoe.
So as it turns out, Slenderman is actually an IRL streamer who likes to go live while breaking into people's houses. It's really weird and, he should totally get arrested for it, but come on, when you're able to strangle someone that well, the law doesn't really apply to you.
Yeah, sure.
Sup? As we cut back to Ren trying to uncover some of Slendy's racist tweets from 2009, the film uses this opportunity to build upon the antagonist, now that he's become a larger threat. For instance, as Ren is doing her research, she ignores the crucial fact that Villains Wiki actually categorizes him as a meme. And memes are some of the most vile and sickening creations of mankind. So the fact that she just haphazardly skims through that massive red flag, it says a lot about her character. But these discoveries are far from over, my friends, because as Ren clicks on this link, she uncovers none other than edited pictures from Creepypasta. Riveting. However, before she can expose these findings on her LinkedIn account, Slendy casually struts in to remedy this situation, leading to him corrupting Ren's mind with stock Adobe Premiere effects and putting a plastic bag over her face. Oh my god, this movie fucking sucks. Being the hero's journey connoisseur that I am, the segment I always find most intriguing is when the hero falls from grace and begins to doubt both themselves and the adventure. This is when they're at their most vulnerable state and we're able to witness just how they cope with these circumstances. So when Ren reveals to Haley, that's Haley by the way, all of these facts and discoveries about the thing that's been haunting them for the past week, and she hits her with a fat, "Nah, you feel it. Deep down in your soul, you feel that tension, that emotion, that apprehension. And it was all because she sold out her friends to get some with this guy."
Hey.
Wait, hold up. This is my favorite scene.
Tips on how to make the game slender, not scary. Tip
Promise
number
me you
one,
won't ever watch that
remember, the slender man is just
I'm
that.
serious. Please.
Man, person with hopes and dreams. Rationalize the slender man. Why would he be chasing you?
Oh, wow, Tom, you look pretty fucked up. It's a good thing you didn't watch that video Haley warned you about last night, cause, man, that would suck. Well, it's too bad we'll never know why you're acting so jumpy, cause this is the last time you're showing up in the rest of the film. Crazy, right? In fact, it's even more bizarre when you go back to the trailer for this movie and not only see Tom T-posing off a building, but also Chloe in this same scene stabbing herself in the face, and even this character who doesn't show up once throughout the film. It's almost like these scenes were actually important to the story, and by leaving them out, it makes it incomplete and unsatisfying. Nah, it's probably not that big of a deal. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. Welcome back to Slender Man the movie. Now, I've never played this game before, so, excuse me for being a little bit of a noob, but we're just gonna hop right into it, bro, so let's do it. Play that shit. I just referenced like 3 different YouTube channels at once. Oh, my hand is still on the thing. Fuck. On a more serious note, however, this scene is actually pretty good. Not only does it succeed in creating a creepy atmosphere, but there's also this feeling of uncomfortability as a result of both the camera work and, admittedly, the acting. Plus, it's probably the only time where it uses some decently creepy imagery, such as this girl with the hair and this old lady without eyes. It's too bad though that this scene happens to be immediately followed up by this. You are bugging. Now that Haley is apparently the only character left in this movie, we cut back to her hacking into... Oh my god, what's her name? The movie doesn't say anyone's name. Lizzie! Okay, Lizzie. Computer, only to see she forgot to exit out of her extremely fetishy hentai tabs. Except, uh-oh, look who the film remembered existed. As it turns out, Ren fooled Lizzie into summoning Slendy. So in an act of rage, Haley storms off to kick her ass for turning her sister onto tentacle porn.
Ren?
Pepe Sylvia, this name keeps coming up over and over again. Every day, Pepe's mail's getting sent back to me. Pepe Sylvia, Pepe Sylvia. I look in the mail, well, this whole box is Pepe Sylvia!
Alright, watch this. Haley decides, hey, I better stop Slenderman. Watch this. She runs down and locks the door. Clearly, this was the best choice of action. Wait, oh, nope, that didn't work. There he is. Bye, Ren. Wait, could he have done that this whole time? Feeling emotionally destroyed after all the people she's interacted with are either dead, in the loony bin, or just forgotten about, Haley decides the only thing left to do is to sacrifice herself to Slendy. To try and undo everything, I guess. I don't know, this isn't Endgame. You can't just undo the snap, Haley. That's not how it works. Alright, as the final nail in the coffin for how much autism this movie has, after Haley's like, hey, Slendy, take me, I don't want to be in this movie no more. He's like, okay. He starts, going towards her, only for Haley to start running away for whatever reason. So that makes Slendy go dock-ock on her ass and start chasing her around, only for her to, trip at, 10 feet. I don't understand why was she running away in the first... She was sacrificing herself. Why was she running away? And so the movie ends with Haley becoming a tree, which makes Lizzie scream, because nature's disgusting again. Oh my god, I just don't care. The movie's over! In conclusion, Slender Man, the movie, is quite an interesting piece of art. It decides that instead of having any feasibility of a story, interesting characters, pacing, or really anything a good film should have, the best course of action would be to just throw shit at a wall and see what sticks. And that's why it's such a remarkable film. The sheer boldness and overall daring nature of the Slender Man movie impacts it in a way that no other horror movie, or movie in general, has had the privilege of experiencing. For me, this film stands as the pinnacle of filmmaking, next to such classics as Liar Liar Vampire, Hulk 2003, and the entire Air Bud cinematic universe. It may not be perfect, or good, at all, but at least it is what it is. Alright, that's it. Bye.
The arrival of the faceless king of horror. I'll knock you harder than when you fell on the bathroom floor. Just a prepubescent child who has no meaning of fright. I scare all that happens. Spot me in the night. Nothing can match my wing. I spit diminishing in dark. I got swarms of arms coming at you, prepared to leave a mark.